Right, welcome back to the Sixth Kitchen, where I'm joined by former news broadcaster. Are you getting used to that, former news broadcaster?
Totally. I have really adapted. There's no problem.
No problem. And award-winning author Kathy Kelly's here too. Kwanjay Chan is in charge. For those just joining us, Kwanjay, remind us what you're making.
So I'm making a lovely steamed fish tonight. So I'm using hake, but you can use sea bass or turbot. Any white fish will be good, you know, because I wouldn't use a salmon and stuff like that because it's an oily fish, so it wouldn't be good for steaming. So I just got this in it's one of the fishmongers, and I got him to scale it as well. So you can do that, you know, just tell him to scale it and pin bone it as well if he's can't be afraid of getting bones.
You think that we're not eating enough fish?
I think so. Yeah, I think we're surrounded with fish. We're an island, you know, and like. I was back in Hong Kong there a couple of weeks ago, and everybody's fish. You know, this is one of the dishes that's on every table every night. You know, so yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's gas because we've got, like Kwanjay said, we're an island nation. We've got freshwater lakes and rivers, and we're just not eating enough fish.
Yeah, but our fish is one of the best, you know. So I love hake. Hake is beautiful, and
Me too.
yeah.
Okay.
So I have some ginger here, and ginger spring onion steamed fish is probably one of the most classical fish dishes you can get in China. You know, it's on every dish. So I'm going to put some on top of here. And what the ginger does is it's the same thing like using lemon in the French way of cooking. You know, we use ginger to just keep that freshness back into the fish when it steams. You know,
I always get nervous when he does that, though. I think he's gonna take a layer of skin off.
I love knife skills.
Now.
I love the knife. It's just amazing. I always love.
Is that why you picked up the knife earlier in the show?
I want to go. Yeah. No, I don't want to go. I can't do that.
So I have some just rapeseed oil. I'm using some Donegal rapeseed oil, and so you can put it over that. And we're just going to steam that. So I have it on a plate. So a trick is I'm going to teach people at home is if you don't have a steamer at home, use a tuna tin, okay? And just cut it both sides and put it in the wok. We'll put some water in it and put your plate on there, okay?
Okay.
And then just put your lid on it.
Would you put it up high, medium, hit?
Yeah. So this fish is said by 6 ounces, okay? 4 to 6 ounces. So I normally steam full steam 1 ounce a minute. So that's about maybe 6 minutes, all right?
You see, how often do we take a piece of fish and throw it in the oven or steam
and overcook
it and overcook it?
I know, yeah.
Yes.
So
and it's just so bad for us.
I'm going to get you to chop some scallions, is it?
Scallions.
Scallions, yes.
And which bit do you want? I never know whether to use the green bit or the white bit.
If you want to chop it up to there. It doesn't really matter what way you chop it, so it doesn't have to be very straight. It's going in the stir fry, so you know, yeah.
Come here. Look, I have to ask you this, Kathy.
this.
Right, you've written so many books, right? And yes, if somebody asks you to write something in 140 characters, we're talking about a tweet now, you break into a cold sweat.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the tweety thing. Well, lots of things. There's such a dichotomy, isn't there? Because there'll be something terrible happening in Syria, and then I just cannot bring myself to say, and I have a book out. But it just, you know, it just seems sort of wrong. And I know some people are amazing at it and are terribly funny, and I just go, I can't, you know, do self-promotion, and then, yeah.
Just far too much pressure for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm just odd. You know, that's all there is to it.
But that's what people love about it. How are you with social media?
They laughed over there when I said I was odd.
No, I don't bother. I don't have the time and I don't have the interest. And it takes up an awful lot of time. Where you could be sitting there. I was in a coffee shop today and I saw a young woman and she was reading a book, a proper book. And it was so wonderful. It was a book by Joan Didion and I didn't recognise the title. And
just refreshing to see it again.
It was fantastic. I felt like going up to her and saying, well done. I'm glad you're not on Facebook, Instagram, whatever else they're called.
We don't do
I know
enough,
I sound like a dinosaur.
We don't do enough reading anymore, do we?
No.
It's all reading.
Or communicating, for that matter. Yeah. Anyway, where are we with this?
So I have a wok. So what I'm going to do while that's steaming there, I have some vegetables chopped up. So these are little baby pak choy. So you can get bigger ones as well. I got these in the supermarket. Very nice. Very crunchy in your stir-fry veg. You want a bit of texture in your stir-fry veg. So I have some spinach here. I have some kale. Kale's so fashionable, isn't it? It's just so healthy or something. Okay. So I'm going to chop some garlic, and I always want to do flavour. So I have some oil here, some rapeseed oil, and I'm going to flavour the pan. Okay. So don't be afraid to put a good bit of oil in, so because that will fry fruit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You can cut the garlic so thin that it will almost disintegrate, but you've chosen not to.
So
I'm not asking a question. I'm just an observation.
next time. So, but I want nice bits of garlic. I love garlic. Do you like garlic?
Oh, I love garlic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Wonderful.
well, I'm going to fire some the pak choi first, okay? So, and then also I'm going to throw some kale in there. All right. And you can do this at home, very easy. You can use spinach. You can use maybe Savoy cabbage as well if you wanted to, or any other veg, you know. So I'm just going to chop some more spring onion here.
Sorry, I've been slipping up on the job.
Yeah, sorry about that, Una.
You can do it in 10 seconds.
There'll be a full debrief after the show.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to fry this off now, and I'm just going to wilt it down a small bit. And when it's kind of wilted down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some oyster sauce, and I'm going to put in some soy sauce as well. Okay. Which is very nice with it. Okay. So.
Okay. You were back in Hong Kong again recently.
Yeah, I was just actually back on Sunday. I was doing some.
He was working, folks.
Yeah, I was working. I was doing some borbia, kind of working with the beef and lamb. So we're doing some PR. So with Simon Coveney was over there at the time, and we've done a whole photo shoot thing as well, and doing some Patrick's Day and with the Irish consulate in Hong Kong as well. So yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. So yeah.
Oh, the smell.
Yeah.
Isn't it just amazing?
Yeah. So and it's so easy to do. See the way it's nice and wilted now. So. What we're
But
going
it
to
takes
do
no cooking. It's just it's on
well,
for a
with
couple of
greens,
minutes.
you don't want to overcook the greens either because you'll lose that kind of, you know, the vitamins and the nutrition out of it when it goes brown, you know. You want to keep it kind of green.
Like
So-
one of our chefs was here last week. You were busy in Hong Kong, that's why we didn't ask him. And he was cooking bacon and cabbage, and he cooked the cabbage for, I think it was 60 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Not for
It
like
takes 90 seconds.
an hour in a pot.
No. No, 60 seconds. 69, I think 90 seconds was the push.
Okay.
Yeah. Incredible. So we overcook our greens, but Kwanjay's got it spot on.
Yeah, so I have so the greens ready. So I have the fish as well. So the fish is near enough ready. I think it's small, so
A minute an ounce.
I made it an ounce, yeah. So I think we're
And
there
you've only
now.
got a minute, so that's all right.
We're there now. I think we're there now.
We're almost
we're
there.
right there.
And it's a similar, so you don't need to have, you can make one yourself when it comes to steam.
And that's perfectly cooked now, so
That isn't
Yeah.
just amazing.
yeah.
And would you be big fish eaters? Would you include it in your diet?
Yeah, in the last couple of years, I ate more and more. Funnily enough, I love hake, and one of the nicest fish dishes, the nicest one I've ever had, was down in Baltimore about 4 years ago. And it was just pan-fried in butter, and I think the fish had just literally jumped out onto the pan.
Okay.
It was so fresh.
And
Beautiful.
you don't want to overcook fish. One fish is cooked, and that should be served. You know what I mean? So
Oh, well, look,
that's
I
it
thought
there.
that was 6 minutes.
I know, yeah. So and then
Smells.
we just threw some.
Sorry.
We're going to throw a small bit of coriander on top of it just to give it a bit of freshness, and then that's it.
Okay, she is starving. Kathy Kelly is
I
starving. She's got
love-
the knife and fork in her hand
Yep,
already.
me too.
I would mainly eat
It
fish.
smells delicious.
Or vegetarian.
Now, while you're tasting away there, you've been in touch at home, and Carmel from Glasnevin has said, I want Zach to win Ireland's Got Talent. It's a breath of fresh air to watch him. We were gobsmacked when he didn't make it through. So was I. Claire from Wexford, RDC from Cork are amazing. I think they 100% deserve to win it. And Elaine Dalton said, would love to see Deftones get the wild card. Janet from Gorey, Double Impact, who are through to the final, should win. Their performance made me cry. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, wasn't she just lovely? The little girl, when she was
adorable.
being asked her reaction to making it through to the final.
Yeah,
She was just
it was
so
lovely.
lovely.
It was lovely.
But it could be just a dance competition when Saturday comes round at the rate we're going. But we'll find it. Listen, do you have any hidden talents that you can tell us about, Kathy Kelly?
Well, I can't cook.
You can't?
Well, I do a very good hen impersonation, but don't laugh. My grandmother had hens, and I used to mind them. And I talked to them. You know, you talk to the animals, so I talk to them. I can't do it with my mouth full of dinner, though.
Yeah.
Good timing. Good timing.
Yeah. As if she perfectly timed that all in.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I dance around the kitchen. You know, that's one of my...
That's kind of it, yeah.
You don't have to cook. When you can impersonate a hen who needs to...
I mean, sadly, I do cook all the time, and, you know, my family will go, yeah, she can't cook. But no, I do attempt to cook, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay. And you? Any hidden talents that you can tell us
No,
about?
it's funny talking about dancing. I was the worst Irish dancing kid ever. I think and during a competition, I actually bumped into somebody. I mean, that's the
That's a
worst.
mortal sin.
And my hair,
My
my hair wouldn't curl, and so I had no ringlets, so I was a disaster.
That was it. You're better
I
off.
gave up.
Better off.
I was
just
very
just
bad
went for
at that.
broadcasting.
Irish dancing, I was brutal. I used to hide down the back of the hornpipe. Oh, but I like ballet. Ballet was...
Yeah, I would have loved ballet.
This conversation is going to go on and on. The food is gorgeous. Yes,
Fabulous.
absolutely. We're out of time. Thank you to all our guests tonight, to Uno Hagen, to Kathy Kelly, Ciara King from earlier, and of course to Kwanjay for the gorgeous food.
Ray Mirren will be here tomorrow night chatting to Mrs. Brown's Boys actor Eilish O'Carroll, presenter and YouTube Riyadh Khalif, plus NFL star Alex Collins, who will be bringing a special surprise along with him.
Be sure to tune in for that one. Don't forget Ireland's Got Talent at the later time at 8:30 tonight. See you tomorrow.
Bye.